In here, welcome to part 2 of our little precious metal ramble with Christian and Cobra Stacker in the heart of London's precious metal district, Hatton Garden. Let's crack on with our precious metal ramble.
And can I ask, at the current time and the current market where spot price is, what on generic silver and gold are you offering as a buyback?
Okay, so for your Britannia silvers, you're looking at, I think it's around 106%, maybe a little bit more at the minute.
Okay, so we're over 100%.
Yeah, I think we are offering over the intrinsic on the silver Britannias. In terms of gold sovereigns, I think we're offering, 100%. That can vary depending. They do daily price checks and daily competitor checks as well. And I know gold Britannias, it's currently 100% for your gold Britannias as well.
Okay.
So
that's very good.
Yeah, you go to somewhere like I won't name the brand of pawnbrokers, but I'm sure that you guys have seen Lawrence's video on.
I haven't told you. I had a real world experience in a pawnbrokers where I live. It was very interesting. I think it's just a long story, and you know what I'm like. I ramble on. I'll maybe do another. But anyway, it was very interesting. I had basically it was a little bit of an awkward sovereign that wasn't testing right on a Sigma, and before I wanted to make sure whether or not it was sellable, I needed to check it. So I went into a bullion dealer in Southampton. They just used a Sigma, and so I was like, well, that's the exact same machine as I've got, so they're none the wiser. And as I was driving home, drove past a pawnbroker, and I was like, I bet you they see all kinds of gold and silver. I bet you they got something to test it, and it was fine. And it's just an Australian Australian gold sovereign alloyed with silver, and I just didn't test it right on my Sigma. But they were able to do it. But it was very weird going in there. And when the guy was like, "So what do you want to do with it?" He offered me, the first price he offered me was £600 on a sovereign, spot price £720.
Yeah.
So, and then I said to him, but I looked online, I played the innocent, he didn't know who I was. Oh, but I saw online it was about 720 quid. And he was like, all right, well, we can offer you 675 as our best price. So it can be a bit...
That's the thing with that's why we offer what we offer, because we know the value of it, whereas you go into a pawnbrokers and they don't know the value of what they're purchasing. They're purchasing it on the pretext that it is gold, and they don't take into consideration dates or
collectability, all of those sort of things.
I think the person we spoke to went into a pawnbrokers and got offered about 55% of the intrinsic value, and then came to us and got offered 100%, and they nearly passed out because they just couldn't understand why they'd been offered such a small price. So that's why it's important, and that's one of our things, is like, come to a bullion dealer, whether it be Charles, whether it be someone else. Come to a bullion dealer and you'll get a better value than just selling it to any random person.
And this is the thing, it's we often talk about in our community and all that bullion dealers charge such an amount for gold and silver compared to, say, the secondary market and all this stuff. But there's certain reasons for that. And I think it's important to look at that, the security you get when you go to a bullion dealer compared to just buying or selling to anyone else. So what would you say the advantages are to come to Charles or any other bullion dealer?
So
mainstream bullion dealer.
Yeah, of course. The main advantage is that we know what we're doing. You know, we've been in the industry since 1964. We know coins inside and out. So you're not going to get you're not going to get ripped off. You're going to know it's the actual product. Like these sovereigns have come directly from the Royal Mint in Clontarf. You know that we're an official partner of these companies. And these worldwide mints, so it's just that having that security of coming somewhere where you know where the coins have been sourced. If you buy from someone on Facebook or if you buy from someone on eBay, you don't know where those coins have been sourced. You don't know if they're genuine, and we see it almost daily where someone, I picked this up on eBay for £500. It's a 1 ounce gold Britannia, and it's not a 1 ounce gold Britannia. It's a sovereign or something, and it's not genuine. I thought that was too good to be true. The price, it is, and that's
there is a lot of good in the community, and there are a lot of good people in the community. But people take advantage of good communities, and that's part of the problem. It's part of like my whole mission on my channel has always been to educate the community and help the community as where I can. But I still, I'm in the same camp as you, Cobra. That bullion dealers, they're first of all, they're not charities.
No,
they're not a bank, so they're not there just to offer you a free service. They are businesses. They've got bricks and mortar in central London. They have overheads. They have staff.
And these places aren't expensive. This is Hatton Gardens in the centre of London.
Yeah, and so what people need to remember is there's a spread, and so that spread doesn't change. So the bullion dealers, unless they're really unscrupulous, like high street pawnbrokers, they don't gouge by moving that spread apart. They keep that spread, and sometimes that spread might have to shift based on market demand. but that spread tends to be almost the same every time. And so that's what people really need to realise. And right now, with the premiums where they are, the spread is more on this side. So imagine spot price in the middle of the screen here, spread is more on this side, because they can buy above spot price, because they know that they can still make a margin on it when they sell it. But if in, I don't know, different times there was a different, we've seen prices from bullion dealers when they're offering just slightly below spot price, because there are so many people trying to sell, and that's just the nature of the market right now. And
I think what people that aren't within the bullion dealer industry don't realise is, yes, we do charge a premium, but like you say, that is the business. But on top of that, the premium is so small. It's because we sell such a volume of it.
Tiny margins.
It's such tiny margins.
So what I will also say is one of the best things to use a bullion dealer is the transparency for you as a private individual as well. So if you go and you sell 100 grand's worth of gold and silver on Facebook and or eBay or wherever it is, these days, all of that data is going to be passed to HMRC.
Yes.
eBay are going to report it. If Facebook aren't already reporting it, I'm sure at some point they will on their marketplace. But your bank might also report it. I see it day in, day out, where people have issues with their banks all the time. And I've recently this year been through an HMRC audit for self-assessment, so I know that they know everything. And to simply go into a bullion dealer and say, this is all my gold and silver, this is where I bought it from, this is the price I'm going to get, this is the invoice I've got from them to prove that I've sold it to them, you can just send that to HMRC, job done. But if you're then having to go through 100 different transactions on your bank at different times, and HMRC are going, well, you need to prove me that you had email contact with this customer, show me how he paid, where did he pay, all of this, you're going to be...
Oh, it's a mess.
And like, for the sake of saving, let's call it 2% on 100 grand, that's 2 grand. If that audit takes you like 4 weeks of your life going in and out, and you are stressed and you're not able to work, or it's worth it. It's so worth it.
I agree. And even buying, what people forget as well is there are certain restrictions that you have, like 20% VAT on silver. And when the price of silver spot price goes up, doubles, it actually doubles the VAT. And so they see a jump of maybe £10 on a coin, but your VAT has doubled from £4 to £8.
This is the problem. So when I started buying silver, the very first bit of silver I ever bought were about £9.90 spot price, and I bought them for £12. And it's like, well, VAT on £10 is £2, but now VAT on £40 is £8. And then you've got the premiums. So it's not just the VAT on the spot price; it's the VAT on the premium as well.
Absolutely.
And the postage sometimes, if it's an all-encompassing price. So there is a lot of issues with the VAT system that I have strong opinions on, but that's maybe for a different video or a different channel altogether, talking about politics. But it's one of those things that we can't avoid on silver. But one thing I will say as a plug for you guys is that you do have a really robust second-hand silver market, and every time I see, well, I hardly ever see them because they go out of stock so fast, but whenever you get them in, I have a stock alert on them, and I'll send that stock alert out to some of my VIPs that I'm on a little WhatsApp group with, and say, look guys, it's in, go now, quickly, go.
And it does it literally, we put it into stock, and within half an hour a lot of the time, especially at the minute,
you can say thank you maybe to me.
No,
I'm only joking.
I do appreciate any sort of form of sort of sharing the links, and it's just because we're so competitive as well, and that's not me being facetious, that's me being honest. Like, we are that competitive on the secondary market stuff that it does just fly off the shelf.
I mean, let's just put that into perspective. Right now you're saying you're paying over 6% over for your bullion, so let's just round it up, say it's around 41 something an ounce for the silver. I haven't done the maths, but you're so competitive that you sell them for around, I think it's 47, 48 sometimes at that margin. So that margin there is actually better than I see sales on places like the Silver Forum or on Stacker Social and all the other social medias that I see. And that's from a bullion dealer, so it's genuine, you're covered, you're going to get it, and there's a reason why, like you say, they go out of stock within about 20 minutes. So keep an eye out on Charles' website is what I'm going to say.
For sure.
And just going back to the Silver Forum and Stacker Social, that's something that we're trying to, as a company, be a bit more involved in. And I've met some great people on both of those forums, and it's a good laugh as well. So if you are new to stacking, I'd recommend either the Silver Forum or Stacker Social, because they're so, every day you go on, people are saying good morning to each other, and it's almost like a very family unit, and you can get any advice you need from there as well, and we're part of that now. And
I think that's great that you've gone on there, because it gives the community a chance to talk to you directly.
Exactly,
And the funny thing is, you're actually like a family business that started very small. So, it's something they can really get involved with, talk to you, and you're normal human beings. You're not some big corporate firm that they can't chat. That they can't chat to. So get involved and talk to the guys from Shards.
Yeah, for sure.
They are great guys.
It's usually me that mans the Discord, but I have got we've got Kira now who is sort of going to take over a bit of the strain of the socials. So you might be talking to Kira soon. But great fun on there. We always have a laugh, and like you say, any information that's needed, give us a question on there or message one of our socials and we'll do our best to get back to you. But at the minute, we are very busy in terms of customer service.
Yeah.
You know yourself, it's sort of 8 to 9 days dispatch.
Yeah.
And that's something that we're really trying to manage the customer expectation on, because we are a small company. We're not a huge entity. And we are trying to catch up with the way the market's gone, and we're hiring new people, but then we've got to obviously teach them the VAT implications on certain coins, the history of certain coins, and you've got to know what you're talking about to sell a product or to even give information on that product, and that's half of the battle, I think, is training people ready for this industry.
I agree.
So quickly. So trying to manage customer expectations at the minute is a massive thing for Chards.
Can be very difficult to do though. Customers, who bloody needs them sometimes? No, what I say is there are a lot of really good customers out there, but like you say, it's about managing customer expectations.
Yeah, and just being open and honest. I think that's the main thing that a lot of people get wrong is just communicating with your customer base. That's
Sure.
For sure.
Yeah. I just wanted to mention with this machine as well, so a lot of the guys in the community have been buying the Sigma Analytics, and we've got a great company called Trusty Metrics that we use in the UK now to buy that. That's great for at home.
Yes.
But these machines are on another level, and I was going to say, do you want to test something for me?
Let's test it, let's go for it.
Let's go.
Pressure's on.
Let's see if this is real.
That's a fair weight, that. Feels a bit base metal now.
So if you could just talk us through what you're doing and how it works.
So you place the item, usually a coin, on the sensor here. This one might be a little bit more tricky to do. We might have to balance it upwards. And then you close this, and what this machine does, it's a Niton XRF machine, and it'll fire an X-ray through the metal, and it'll give you the composition of what is in the metal. There will be a slight tolerance either side of what is actually in there, but we'll click start on that. And again, on our YouTube channel, we've done a lot of analysing of coins and whatnot and this is one of Lawrence's.
And does it go right through the metal, or is it surface test?
No, it goes right through. It penetrates the metal to a certain degree. It isn't 100% accurate, which is why you've got the tolerance on the right hand side. But as you can see here, this bracelet of yours is testing at 89.8, and it's got a tolerance of 0.8 there. So if you round that up, that's 90.6. So that's 22 carat.
Correct.
Yeah. Obviously, you've got a little bit of copper in there, 6.7. And some silver there to make up the alloy to 22
carat. I know the total breakdown. That's great.
That is good.
You can actually go a little bit further in depth. Let me see if I can find it here. Bear with me. We might have to just quickly test it again. Please hold. So we've got a 10-second test on. Usually our Blackpool office will do 30 to 60 seconds to get a real sort of advanced reading on what we're seeing. But here we've obviously got it just set to 10 seconds there, and then if we click that, we can actually see any other elements that may be part of the bracelet there. So platinum, titanium. Again, that sometimes can be because if we've had a platinum coin on there, the reading may
there might be residue,
a little bit of residue. So that is a genuine 22 carat bracelet.
Fantastic.
I'm so glad to hear that.
I bet you are, mate.
So they're great for testing, and we do offer that as a service as well. If you're looking to get your stack tested, book an appointment with us. There is obviously a service fee.
Sure.
But that just gives you that.
That's amazing to know. So people can bring in stuff.
Yeah.
And get it checked out with you as well. And you test all of the stuff that you get in on the secondary market. Say if someone sells to you, you'll test it all.
Every single item we go through rigorous process.
And would you recommend people to have something like a Sigma at home? If they're buying gold especially, I would have thought, really. Yeah,
so your Sigmas are, like you say, the household testing machine. You get all the different bridges and things for bars, but it can only tell you, it's got like an arrow on it, hasn't it? It can only tell you a certain percentage of the metal, and a lot of the time...
So here's a really interesting thing. The Sovereign 2026, the alloy's changed.
Yep.
So I was talking with the Trusty Metrics guys today, actually last night, about testing some of them today with you guys. But he was like, just wait at least a couple of weeks because we're just updating the database. He's sent them off to Sigma in America. They're going to be doing their alloy testing and then updating their systems, and then you can update everybody's Sigmas when the time comes. So the Sigmas are great. I'm a brand ambassador for them, but everyone needs to know that they are a tool. They are not definitive. And it's a similar thing with the Niton. It's not definitive. It is a tool. And to have both side by side, because I can see you've got them over there, off camera, is perfect. Like you do the double checks combined with experience, and if there are things that are still looking a little bit dodgy after doing both a Niton and a Sigma, that's when you do even further investigations and you just work it out. And I'm sure that's what you guys have been doing for 60 years. So.
Exactly. There's a famous story Lawrence likes to tell about a crew ground we had once that wasn't testing right on a Sigma, it wasn't testing right on here. So we sent it off to the Sheffield Assay Office. They drilled a hole in it, and it was just because the surface had some sort of like residue on it, but that was throughout the whole coin. And it was almost like it had been pickled, but it hadn't. And it was a genuine crew ground, but now we've got a crew ground with a big hole in it.
Fantastic.
So these machines are great. We offer that as a testing service, but if you are at home and you're looking to test your own coins, the Sigma machines are great. But like you say, if you put one of these on it at the minute, it would come up as a non-genuine sovereign because it's not been updated yet.
Yeah.
And talking about things that don't look right, we forgot about this. You picked it up earlier.
Yeah. Okay. Well, because this deserves its own video. I think. That's what I was going to do. But I will.
Let's do a quick one.
I'm going to plug it for because we're at 35 minutes now. So we need something.
We've got to edit some of this.
This might be part 2.
Right.
So we might have a cut in the middle. But for those who are very, very cool on my channel, watching to the end, you can quote me. I think we'll say this is the Funky Britannia. It doesn't even fit properly in the capsule. Look at that because of its high ridge. Oh no, it does. But anyway, you can say the Funky Britannia as the Cool Kid Club comment for a chance to win a silver Britannia hour, not a gold one. But this is a funky one, mint era from the Royal Mint, and I'll be doing a filming little video on that in a moment. So watch out on our channel for that in due course.
And here we go. This is the mint era Britannia.
Here, shall I model it with you?
From the Royal Mint, as modelled by my beautiful assistant.
Oh, I've never been called that before.
Mr. BYB. So, tell us a little bit about this very quickly. What happened?
So, from Lawrence's initial assessment, what he thinks has happened is the blank has gone into the striking machine and it's gone in at an angle and been struck. I don't know if Backyard can tell us a little bit more on that, about your opinions on that. Obviously, it's
quite possibly. I'll save it for my video.
But yeah, you can see here it's got a very, very sharp edge on it. You could literally put yourself on that.
It's underweight, isn't it?
It's slightly underweight, I'm not sure what the exact weight is on it, but we do know it is slightly underweight, so we have written to the Royal Mint to ask for that extra gold back. But it is, all jokes aside, it is probably going to be a collector's piece. If we were to get that slabbed by NGC, it's probably going to be a collector's piece.
I'm very jealous.
You would buy a Britannia for its bullion weight, but then you'd buy this Britannia for the fact that it is an error. Could it be one of one? Possibly. We're not sure.
I'll offer you the weight in gold now. Is that a no?
I'll add a pound on it.
No, you'll add a pound on it.
It's the auction.
This coin is actually now part of Lawrence's personal collection, and he did the same with the Brockage sovereign that you can check out on our channel. A couple of years ago, we got a Brockage sovereign that was very, very interesting. It's not often we get these sort of errors,
no.
But when we do get them, obviously we like to. But
do you know what it says to me? And by the way, this segment of the video will be exclusively to your channel, Cobra, because I'm going to cut it because I want to do a proper video for my channel.
Cool.
But anyone watching on Cobra's channel, you'll see the bonus feature video here. But this is I completely forgot what I was going to say. I was going to say this is unsurprising from the Royal Mint, but also a nice, unique piece of history.
Oh, yeah.
And people often will lambast the Royal Mint. I've been known to do it about their quality control, but mistakes happen in big factories all the time.
Yeah.
And this, like you say, becomes a super collectible piece because it is rare.
Yeah.
And when they do happen, they're really fun, and I think it's cool.
I don't think we'll ever see another one. I do think that's a 1-1 on that one.
Oh, I remember what I was going to say. The fact that Charles found it is really cool because it says to me that they go through every single coin that they get in from the Royal Mint.
Yes.
Rather than just having a tube of coins that they never open and they just sell to the next person, they actually go through everything. That's the point I was going to make. My memory went.
Quality control at Charles is...
It's decidedly better than the Royal Mint. No, we won't be too mean to them. Massive thank you to Christian for taking the time to just ramble with us. It's been fantastic. And of course, thank you, Cobra, you legend.
My absolute pleasure.
You didn't have to ring me to interrupt today because you're here. It's fantastic. It's always a pleasure to see you. Thank you, everyone, for watching all the way through part 1 and 2 of this Precious Metal Ramble. It's been a pleasure having you here. Cool kids, don't forget to comment the Wonky Britannia. That will be fantastic to see you down in the comment section. Otherwise, we'll see you on the next video. As always, make sure you like, share, comment, and subscribe for more.